We're doing a special project for Chinese New Year today. I'm going to show you a video first, and then we're going to work on the lanterns that you see on the table. Okay?
In Chinese culture, it's the most important time of the year, rooted in traditions and customs passed down through the ages. The celebration lasts for 15 magical days full of family togetherness, delicious food, and good fortune. Today, Lunar New Year is filled with happiness. But according to legend, it didn't start out that way.
Who listened to the food part?
Oh, me.
Okay? Tell me, what does the egg rolls, what do they symbolize? Egg roll. The gold. Egg rolls are these. Because they look like bars of gold, so they give you good fortune. Okay? What about the noodles? Health. Long life. Are you supposed to
Cut them away.
no cutting. What about what looks like this?
Smile.
How do you say it in Mandarin?
不知道。
So wait, so you say smile how? Xiao. And how do you say shrimp? Oh, it is the same. It's very similar. Almost the same.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's think. What is another question from the video? Who won the race?
First is what?
Who won the race? Alice? The rat. But how did he win the race? Ralph?
The mouse could not. There was a river, and then the mouse could not swim, and then the ox offered the mouse to ride on his back. Yeah, no, on his back or head, and then they swim to the land, and then the mouse jumped to the land first.
So I'm curious what you guys think of that. Do you think the rat cheated?
Yes.
Or do you think he was tricky?
He cheated.
You think he cheated?
Yeah.
Because he took a ride and then he jumped off to be first place?
He's supposed to be the second.
He should be second. How do you think that makes us feel going into the year of the rat? Do you think it makes us feel a little bit like it's going to be a tricky year?
Yeah.
It might be a little bit tricky.
What
What do you think tricky means?
a tricky I know. Like I don't know how to explain. I don't know.
Talu. What does that mean?
I don't know how to explain.
Ralph, what do you think tricky means?
It means hard, really hard to.
Not hard,
Tricky means
but just kind of like
sneaky.
sneaky. Yeah, sneaky is a good way to say it. Like if you're a trickster, that means that you're kind of like you're always sneaking up on people. You might be like giving people a hard time. You might be making jokes a lot. You're just kind of a trickster. No, I don't think any of us are really tricksters. But it just may mean that our year of the rat might be a little bit funny. I don't think bad, just kind of funny. Okay, so here's what we're doing today. Today, let me see if I can find this really quick. The year of the rat. Rats are clever, quick thinkers, successful but content with living a quiet and peaceful life. Okay, so you guys are going to be painting lanterns for the new year. They're small. You can hang them in Mr. Rhoda's room and then take them home. Okay, we're going to do this in 2 ways. All right, 2 ways. The first step that I would like you to do, okay, here's your lantern. All right, you're going to see how it's divided into sections like this.
Yeah.
I want you to paint each one a different color.
Okay.
Okay? Then you're going to let it dry. You need to be very gentle with how you're painting because these brushes can poke a hole right in here real quickly. Okay? You do not want holes in here, and the wetter the paper gets, the more chance that there might be a hole. Okay? So you have to be very careful. I have them sitting in what?
In a bowl?
Why do you think this is?
So
Yes?
so the paint
paint can go to?
To hold.
To hold it, because why? What happens if I put it on the table?
It's gonna be.
It just rolls around, okay? You want it to be stationary. So if I paint the top of my lantern and then I'm like, well, how do I paint the bottom? How do you think you paint the bottom?
You need to let it to the top right and then.
Well, really, you can just go like this, okay? And it's not gonna mess up any of the color, okay? And then you can paint the bottom. See how it has metal on both ends? So you can lift it up nicely, all right?
Alright.
We have brand new watercolors. I don't want you messing up the watercolors, okay? If you need to mix colors, mix in the center. There's a little center tray for you to mix colors in. Once you're finished with coloring the entire thing, let it dry while you're cutting out different patterns or shapes, maybe even a mouse or a rat, that you can glue onto your lantern. Okay? In each section, just like you painted each section a different color, you're going to put one small shape here. It can be a mouse. It can be just a shape like a heart or a star or a square or a triangle, whatever you want. Okay? It just needs to be a simple shape. Because, what? In each section. Okay?
So what if we put mouse? So in each.
So if you did a mouse, you could do a mouse here, a mouse here, a mouse here, and then in the other one put a heart or something else. Okay? Just alternate.
I will make a heart like this.
You can make a heart if you want to make a heart.
I will make.
But you can also look up here. See all these paper cuts?
Yeah.
You can make flowers. You can make, here's a good shape of a mouse. You can put 20/20, so cut out a 2, a 0, a 2, a 0, and put it in each section. Then fill up the other sections. You figure it out. I don't want you spending a lot of time like cutting out a bunch of different tissue paper shapes and putting it all over the lantern, because I don't want you covering what you've painted. Okay? You're just putting it in the center rim all the way around. Understand? Does anybody have any questions? Now, yes?
We can hold.
Any color you want, but what are the general colors for Chinese New Year?
Red
and
yellow.
Kind of like a gold yellow, okay? So, but you can use any color you want, because the idea is that we're celebrating, right? We're celebrating the new year that's coming, all right? And we're celebrating the spring that's happening after, all right?
I will make rainbow color.
So you can make rainbow colors, that's fine. But while you are working on this, I'm going to be pulling each of you one at a time to make your video for your reflection, okay? For your portfolio, okay? We're going to write it out and then you can read it, all right? You don't have to memorize it and I'll videotape it. Make sense? Okay, does anybody have any questions about anything that's happening? No? Okay, what do we do when Hiroto and Sunichi come back? Explain to them? Okay, so anybody that's sitting next to those two boys, you need to help them understand what the expectations are for the class period. Okay? All right, now, Alice, here, Mike, here. This is the glue. I want you to be very careful with the glue. Don't get it until you've cut everything out for your lantern, okay? Kingsley, Vedika, Ralph, don't worry, you won't be alone, okay? The boys are coming. Ralph, you're here. A little more color, Ralph. A little more color. Less water so that you can actually have some color on there. There you go. That's much better. All right, so let's talk about the reflections really quickly. I'm going to call people over one by one.
Okay.
Kingsley, you're going to go first.
Okay.
We're going to write down what you feel like was your favorite part of art for the semester.
Okay.
You can talk about your favorite project. You can talk about what you feel like you learned, what kind of materials you worked with. You can talk about anything, but we'll write it down, and then I'm going to shoot a video of you saying it. Okay? And you can just read it back to me.
Miss Lindsay, we really can talk about anything.
As long as it's art related and appropriate, Ralph. Okay, those two boys are not coming back. Hey, look, the two boys are back. Hiroto and Sunichi.
Forever.
You've been gone for days. You've nearly missed all of class.
I know that. Which bottom?
This here.
The
Too
video,
long.
they will say everything.
Okay, listen. You both need to take your jackets off, put them on the carpet. You can use those.
Can we?
And then I would like one person to explain to Sunichi and Hiroto what we're doing. Okay, Vadika, you start.
So, do we have to use the card? Anyone?
Anything you want.
What are we doing? Okay, first, yeah, come there. You need to come here. This is for my don't touch it. Yeah, it's so sticky. It's stuck to my hands. Okay. So you need to paint it with this color. Just don't be as crazy. Any color. Yeah. So just don't be as crazy as Casey because he was just asking me what colors we want.
Okay, now wait a minute. Vadika, explain a little bit better. Do they paint the entire lantern one color?
This is one.
So there's 6 sections. You paint each section a different color.
And then come. So you
And then follow her. She's going to show you.
This is one. You can choose any color and then cut it out. Just don't break it because it's too much. And it doesn't stick it with the glue, but don't touch the glue because it's stuck to my hand and I'll just peel it.
Look.
And it went off. Yeah.
You can, Kingsley did very simple shapes, but you can do mice. You can do 2020. Vedika is doing 2020, which is going to be cool. Okay, on hers.
Miss Lindsay.
I like it, Ralph. I like it a lot.
Okay.
I like your rats. Very nice.
And then
They have a little train. And then one says 2020.